Hey guys, welcome back to MD Cubing. I'm your host, MD Cuber. Today we have a pretty exciting video for you guys. I'm going to be reviewing and showing off the Moyu Super Aolong. So without further ado, let's begin. Hey guys, so here we have the Super Aolong. As you can see with this ridiculous packaging, it's stored in here. Without further ado, let's get it open. What the heck? We have a Moyu card right here. The box. This is where the accessories came in. I've already unboxed this cube and played with it for some time, but this came with springs originally, and the cube originally came with maglev. I replaced it because I prefer springs in my puzzles. Now getting into the cube. I've already had this cube for some time, but I'll do some turns and explain what I think about the puzzle as I turn it. From the get-go, people are talking about the track design and how, since it's, improved, it may feel like a better puzzle. In my honest opinion, it kind of feels like a little bit more of a blocky Super version 2. And I get the same times on this cube that I would on my regular Super version 2. This is just the 18th anniversary edition. But they are very similar. I mean, they have the same tech with adjustable corner magnets. As you can see, this one also has it. This cube, it does feel very nice. I'd say the feeling is, I guess, between like a version 11 and a Super version 2. However, that's not really saying much. The tactile feel is definitely there. It's a very tactile cube, and you definitely get a response out of every turn. And it definitely feels really, really nice. Comparing it to my main 3x3, the Angstrom Ferro-core, the Ferro-core definitely feels like a heavier, more blocky cube. This cube is from 2 generations ago, or like a generation ago, as where this cube is like the newest cube on the block. However, I wouldn't really say this cube is necessarily an upgrade to the Ferro-core. If I was going to recommend you buy one cube versus the other, I just naturally like the weight of the Ferro-core, and with the Angstrom setup, it definitely makes it feel more controllable. But this is all down to personal preference, and if you like a lighter cube, like say a Super version 2 or the Super Aolong, which is a very light and tactile cube, versus, a tactile but heavy cube, like the Ferro-core, which is designed after a Aolong version 10 mechanism. But yeah, I don't mind the Aolong version 2. I think it's pretty good, or the Super Aolong I meant. I just don't know if it would be my main or not, only because the Ferro-core works for me, and this cube kind of just reminds me too much of a version 11, which was my main, but I ended up switching away from it because it was just too light. But let's do some solves, and I'll do some light commentary with the rest of the solves. The Super Aolong is a really good cube. I was averaging high 8 to low 9, which is what I can get on my Ferro-core. However, this cube is not going to be my main by any means. I prefer the Ferro-core, it's a nicer puzzle, and it's a lot cheaper than the Super Aolong. The Super Aolong is a $60 cube. With the UV-coated version, it's a $70 puzzle. And I don't think that's worth it. I can get the same exact times on a much cheaper puzzle that I prefer using. And maybe this goes to show about my turning speed and, my turning style being an older cuber. But I just wanted to say, just because Moyu keeps on throwing out these new cubes, it doesn't mean you have to go buy it every single time they release it. It is a very nice puzzle, like I said. It feels very nice. It's very tactile. But I just don't prefer it over my main. And, that's not to discourage you to go buy it. I mean, buy whatever you want. But I just wanted to say, maybe think about it, because it may not necessarily be worth it. So yeah, guys, in total, this cube is pretty decent. However, I don't think it'll be a main for me just because my turning style is not necessarily compatible with this puzzle. It's not that it's bad, it's just that it's really blocky. Even on the loosest settings, which I have it on 1.1, still really doesn't work for me. But, it will work for some people. I'm just not one of those people. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, I'm MD Cuber. Take care. Bye-bye.